Car rides home. On my first workday in a new school where I had joined as a new staff, I found a gift on my table. It was a set of reusable cutleries with a gift tag with my name on it. It turned out that a colleague had brought everyone in the department a welcome back to school gift. I looked at the distinctive cursive on the tag and broke into a smile. Some parts of my nerves dissolved and a warm feeling embraced me as I took a seat at my new cubicle. It was nice to feel included even though you were new and hadn't even exchanged a word with the person who prepared the gift. In my second week at the school, I had to stay for a band practice with the students. It was to be a long day ahead, which started from me rolling out of my bed at 5:30 a.m. and the day would last through 8 or 9 p.m. That day, the same colleague kindly offered to stay with me, knowing I was new and unfamiliar with the environment. I was grateful to have someone induct me to the new community. She asked me, "Hey, where do you stay? I can drive you home after band practice." As a typical Asian, I was so embarrassed at accepting her offer, but also very grateful at the same time. It turned out that we live relatively near each other. Subsequently, in the next 2 years, I found myself getting offered car rides. Initially, I would be really embarrassed about accepting the gestures from her because I was afraid to trouble her, and I would request to stop at places that were more convenient. But she would always reject my pleas and stay in a stern and big sisterly tone. "No, you don't be paiseh, and bring me to as near to my house as possible. The car rides afforded us the opportunity to talk about work, students, and allowed us to know more about each other. As time passes, it became a safe space for us to articulate our work stress or confide in each other things that we would probably not share in the office. Through these car rides, I have made an unlikely friend, a big sister that I can trust. In this episode, we delve into friendships. How do we make sense of friendships in adulthood and life-changing stages and changing friendships?
Wow.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this episode because sitting beside me is a friend of 17 years.
Was it 17 years already?
17 years, yes, we have been through this before a few weeks ago and we were calculating, and my math is bad, but
I'm 30 now, you're 31.
yes, why you expose my age? But anyway, yeah, we are still used in the eyes of UN.
So, but we met when what? 14.
I'm 14. I was 14 and
I was 13.
You were 13 years
So
old.
the math is how much?
It's like, 2004 until now, 2021, 17 years. If you have a child 17 years ago, that guy will be going to NS.
Oh my god.
Right.
And could have actually been one of your students now.
Yeah.
In JC.
Yeah, they are born, Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the title of the podcast today is Car Rides Home. I will talk a little bit about why this...
It's a comforting moment actually, car ride home.
I think a car is a very interesting environment to be with.
You can do a lot of things inside the car.
Yes, but I think for me, especially in recent years, good conversations appear or arrive in cars, especially with colleagues, because then you are away from the work environment and then you will just chat after a long day of work. Yes. And with that, right, actually I want to open with a story. A few days ago, I was in the car and I passed by this place. I think it is called Tanglin CC. Do you remember? And does that ring a bell?
Yes, it rings a freaking bell.
Yeah, so every time I pass by that place, I would think of you.
I know why you think of me.
Yeah, why?
It's the first time that we kind of not say work together, but we were I think our friendship grew from the experience at Tanglin CC. Can you tell the audience what happened?
It was so long ago. It was like, I think 2005, end of 2005. See, I know the...
One of the December holidays,
yes.
right? We were kids.
So what happened is that Eric and I, we were in a journalism club or whatever. So we were in this student editorial, and for no reason, we were being sent to this journalism publishing workshop by this, I forgot which national, like, is it Times Publishing?
I have no
idea already.
Times probably.
Yeah, probably. Like,
we were just sent randomly by.
Yeah, for some reason we were just sent there, and we stay in the northeast, and we had to take like an hour bus ride early in the morning every single day to Tanglin CC, and we have to take another hour bus ride back in the evening, right? Yes. Home back. And every time I pass by Tanglin CC, I would think of Eric.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think because that was when I think we spent long hours in the bus together doing nonsense, talking about stuff.
Right.
And that's when I think our friendship grew lah.
Yes.
Yeah, we knew each other better.
Yes.
And I think also that workshop, we were like one of the few neighborhood school kids.
Very outlier.
Right, we were very outlier, and I don't know about you, but I felt like just like an outcast there.
You felt like an outcast.
Do you feel like outcast?
I felt special.
Oh my god, you felt special.
I felt special. Because I think a majority of the participants, they all come from like very elite school.
They were very, very good school. They're like from Hwa Chong Nanyang Girls High.
They're very eloquent and they're very good at what they do.
It was eye-opening.
Eye-opening lah.
Because people in our school, they don't talk in this manner, they don't behave in this manner, they don't I don't know, they don't, it's just very different.
Yeah, I guess people from Punggol side, we talk is all the vulgarity.
And well, don't stereotype lah, but I mean, we were just very different.
Yes.
Yeah, which is
it was the first time that I could experience the difference in education systems
across different schools. Yeah, because like I think Eric is one of the, like, he came into the school with quite a high PSLET score compared to the rest of us.
Is it?
Right.
227?
Yes, like 196. Okay, I have to choose between Express or NA. Okay. So like, and then it was there also. I met another friend that I'm still in contact now. Like he's from Hwa Chong, and I was like, wow, he wants to be friend with me. And last time, and I mean, so and it was quite a interesting experience. But it was like at this car ride or bus ride, because last time I got no car.
You feel like the friendship has blossomed because we talk a lot different things.
Correct. So and after, I think another nice memory was like after the course, and we take another long bus ride home. Then we will eat dinner or something. I don't know whether you remember or not.
Right.
Yeah, I will ask some of my other friends. I think we managed to like spend prolonged hours together lah. As the only people from our school. Yeah. So what about you? I mean, friendship now. How is it different from secondary school?
I think it's very different, especially now that we are adults. Right? I think making friends as adults tend to be a little bit more difficult compared to when you were younger. When you were younger, there's not a lot of baggage or not a lot of, I think...
Like there will not be any, okay, for me at least, I think it's just a period of innocence where you don't have any motive.
Correct.
When you talk to people or when you want to befriend people.
Hello, then you just hit it off, then just be friends.
Correct.
Exchange number, then just be friends.
No,
that time was MSN.
Oh yes, correct. Then ask my friend help me do block skin.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think for being adults now, it's a little bit hard making friends also because I don't know, it feels like you cannot just go back to that phase of innocence where you can just talk to somebody so openly and then but actually I have a problem when I entered the workforce, because I don't know about freelancers, but in the workforce, like, people tend to be very cautious, guarded,
cautious of each other, and then therefore they are more guarded. Because then maybe they have competing interests,
Goals,
goals
yes.
and interests and whatever. So when I went, I'm a very, I think I tend to be, I don't know lah. I think I am a sharing person. Like I share a lot about myself.
Right.
So I think there are then various instances that then people will tell me, oh, you cannot.
You overshare.
Yeah, you cannot say like don't be so straightforward. Like then I'm like, but I cannot don't be straightforward. What?
Right.
I am a person who is very straightforward, and
Right.
then they're like, don't tell people, don't trust people so easily. So like there will be this kind of messages to you in the workplace that you need to be careful, you need and whatever.
Sure.
And then because I grew up since only child, neighborhood school, single parent, that I feel that I have no leverage for people to make use of me. I feel that I have no advantage. So I make friends very readily with people.
But people, the other side may not feel the same.
And that, in recent years, not recent year, maybe this recent 1 year, then actually maybe it's not so simple for the other party
to accept.
Then I just feel very sad.
Okay. I think inevitable. On top of not being able to make friends easily as adult, I think maintaining friendship is also quite a challenge.
Yes.
For us as adults as well, because of existing competing obligations.
Yes,
like
that's right.
Bills.
Like you're just very busy.
Family.
Yeah.
And the pockets left that you have, maybe you want to spend it on yourself.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think the emphasis on friendship, also because we are probably entering different life stages. Some friends are probably married, have kids.
Yes.
Priorities shift.
Yeah.
So the at the end of the day, it's still very much how intentional are you in wanting to make a connection with people and maintaining it.
That's right. Are you good in maintaining connections with
I'm
people?
a failure at
Yeah, I think I'm a failure also.
So my one of a lot of my close friends tell me, Eric, you are like this friend, right? That sometimes I think twice if I want to ask you out. Because I hate being rejected, and I know that 90% of the time you probably are not up for it.
Yes. Oh my God. I think especially now when I'm not working, obviously I'm more free, but pandemic also cannot meet
And I
people,
personally
right?
hate to make plans these days. I prefer much like more free
Organic
flow. Not say organic. Organic is one way to look at it, but I rather like I'm okay with impromptu plans, you know, but I don't like to make plans that is very, I'll see you 1 week later on this day to have lunch or to have dinner, because I feel like I have to give extra effort to make that day happen.
Oh, okay. I'm the opposite of you.
Come, tell me.
Okay, so I used to not like this as well, but I have a friend who she will like book 1 month in advance because she know that if she doesn't, then it will not happen. Because like I think one thing about adult relationship is like when we want to meet, then the chat will be
keep
like,
it open.
It will be like next Tuesday, then another person say cannot. Next Friday, another person cannot. Then in the end you never meet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's like one thing about
let's catch out. Then never
correct. That's
caught up.
one thing about I think we took for granted as students. Like your classmates, you see them every day, then you want to go. It's very easy to chill people out.
So these days I prefer like one-to-one hangouts rather than group hangout.
Correct. Because when you are in a group, I feel that you have very little quality conversation.
Correct. Yeah.
It will be like, okay, I managed to see this, but actually I don't know what's going on in his or her life.
Precisely.
Because I have no chance to ask.
Yes.
Yeah, but then again, we have our time is so precious that sometimes it is just more efficient to meet in a bigger group. I mean, in outside the pandemic context lah. I mean, there's no choice. Yeah, and you will only see this person like I don't know once a year, and I mean, seeing the face is already very good already.
Yeah, but there are some friends, right, that although you don't see them for a prolonged period of time, it feels like you just only recently saw them.
Yes!
Oh
my God, I think you're one of them.
You are one of them too. You just hit it off as if like, we can just continue.
You just pick up from where you left off.
Correct.
Like, I don't know, 5 years, 3 years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think people have like people will like slack social media off. Like you know, like boomers, maybe they will slack social media off, like they make people drift apart. But I think like social media has been very helpful for me as a millennial.
Because
to know what my friends are doing, and friends who like I will not have a chance to meet them on a even yearly basis, because really like in my previous job I only have June and I will only have December to meet people, and once I meet people then I will have to be very selective about the people I meet. Sounds very snobbish.
no, it's not snobbish, it's about energy conservation, right?
Correct. And no, it's really the time issue as well. Like we will not have the time to meet.
So speaking of selectivity in terms of friendship, like do we have that problem do we have this, or I have to be selective about who I hang out with when we were in school? I don't know, was it an issue for you?
It wasn't an issue for me, but as in I would choose friends since young. I would choose friends. It might sound like a very diva thing. It's not like, it's just that I don't want to be in the company of people
you don't enjoy,
that I don't enjoy, that our values are not aligned. The last time I won't think about values, but just like it just
intuitively like this person.
Correct, it's not my kind of person. So I will not go and say I want to be friends with everyone. Like, it's okay not to be friends with everyone. You can be cordial with people, but it's okay. And now that I am adult, right, it's even more so. I will consciously cut people away from my life that I feel they are toxic or they are not helpful. There are very few people like that, like very few, like one or two only, but I will not hesitate now more than ever. I feel that to draw these kind of boundaries, because do you have similar experiences?
Of course.
Yeah.
Or as much as I would like to give people the benefit of doubt, right? Obviously, not everyone is our cup of tea. I may not be a cup, the cup of tea for other people as well.
Yeah. Of course.
But it's important to also recognize that boundaries are important when it comes to friendship.
Yeah.
I learned that only in my late 20s that sometimes we have to manage people's expectation of us as friends, because especially for old friends, like, hey, why are you this and that lately? You have changed. These kind of comments I get quite often. Obviously, we changed, we grow up already.
But it means that your friends are quite honest and open also.
Of course, but if you feel like I changed, means you never change. Means you are constantly, where you were no good or no bad. But it's just that, values will evolve over time. And are you able to accept that I have changed, right? And if you can deal with it, then let's continue this friendship, right?
So for those people who gave you this comment or feedback that you have changed, does it mean that the assumption is that it's a negative thing?
It is usually a negative connotation
to them. But then why do you think that why do you think it's a bad thing for them?
Well, I think there is an element of self-serving attitude towards this comment, like you have changed because you have changed, hence my needs are not met. I feel
Okay, I see.
But then the question is the existence of our friendship just to meet your needs?
Yes.
And if it is just to meet your needs and I'm no longer meeting your needs, then maybe you should tell me whether we should continue this friendship, right? Okay. Because, well, the fact is, things have changed, and for better or for worse, right? We constantly need to evaluate whether things are okay for you, good for you now at this life stage that you are in.
So do you feel okay? So what do you think that in terms of friendship, there's a role that a friend should play, or do you feel that there is an obligation that of being a friend?
I think friendship at the core of it is still very transactional. There's obviously some things that you want to get out of a person, right? By building relationship or friendship with. It could be in company, it could be in time, it could be a listening ear, it could be a fun experience, whatever, or it could be fun buddy.
Yeah, you can.
Right? Whatever that floats a boat, right? But So it's transactional by nature. And so I feel like it is normal to develop expectations of what kind of friends you want to have and what kind of output or effect that this friend can deliver to you.
Okay.
So I think it's normal to have obligations, to feel like
there is an obligation.
To feel like there is an obligation as
friendship.
a friendship. But there needs to also be a healthy boundary.
Yes.
I think we talk about boundaries a lot, right? In the past episodes. What can you accept? You have to communicate it quite well to your friend, and what are the things that you cannot accept. And these are the things that changes over time too.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think communication is key. And sometimes even if you don't communicate, silence is also a form of feedback.
Yeah. Like it might be a sign that the person or you yourself, you're trying to distance yourself away. It's not that like I don't want to be your friend anymore, like in primary school or whatever. But it's more of like maybe it's an acknowledgement that at this life stage, right, I am playing a lesser role in your life. And actually that is okay.
And that is okay.
Yeah. There's no bad blood or no need to feel offended or what.
Yes.
Just is an acknowledgement that we are in our different life stage now, and then maybe we will reconnect next time.
Correct.
I don't know, but it might also be like, naturally, because we are at different spaces, right? Then someone will play a slightly lesser role
But do you think this concept applies to best friends?
So like it's very weird because like there was this person like 10 years ago when I was like 21, right? Like to me 21 was like a young adult already. Then she said she would be like, my best friend is this person. And then she's like, who's your best friend? Then I'm like thinking, I don't have a best friend leh. I mean in primary school yes, but then I realized that in primary school very early on I learned that like people transfer school, then your best friend went away, and then it's like a very kind of like weird thing to like, it's as if like I don't know, like you and this person have a very exclusive relationship and it plays a very big part in your life. Then the person, if there's a hierarchy, then the person is like top.
You know how last time we like to write the
diary? Yeah.
Then we have the friendship scale, right? There's a gold,
really?
silver, and bronze.
Serious?
For me,
we only have poems. So you will write
roses are red, violets are blue.
Yeah, I have a pen. My pen is blue. I have a friend. My friend is
you.
Yeah, yeah, that kind. So you have the friendship kind of thing.
I guess, but it's very childish.
It's very childish. Also, like, I think as adults, like then when we recognize that a friendship is something that can be fleeting, that changes through time, that involves a lot of people other than two people. Because like I think when your social circle grow, then you will have more friends also, Then this kind of thing is like, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, but at the end of the day, I feel like it depends also
on the individual.
On the individual.
Yeah.
For me, I feel I have a best friend, right? And my best friend has always been with me on a journey since the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what will hold for us in the future, but at least at this moment right now, I recognize that there's one person, other than maybe a family member or a other half, right, that knows you inside out.
Correct.
Right? So there is this, for me, there is this person there. And
it's the person I know also, right?
Obviously, it's the person you know. Well, there is no competition between whether this best friend is better than the other best friend or what.
Correct.
But every friend, I think, will hold a very special place in your heart, whether they are your friend now or not.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Even if, it's a friend that you are no longer in contact with, I think, I feel the same way as you. Like, we do have fond memories, and those were good times that you shared together, and that kind of thing. I think I want to talk about something also, because the reason why I do not have a best friend, I mean, I can say that my best friend is my husband lah.
Oh yes,
I mean,
let's talk about that.
Because it's the intimate, as in like, my answer then to that person is like, no, I do not have a best friend. Because why? I feel that it is difficult for me to place a hierarchy with the friends that I am with. And then,
各有千秋.
Because like, if I am a friend, like, I call myself your friend, then I will think that okay, I will do things for you, with you, that kind of things lah. There's no need to rank the order of importance. I mean, for me in my life, and that was when like actually my I had a conversation with my boss. He was like shocked when I said that, hey, I'm not your friend. Then he was also shocked that I said I'm not the ex-colleagues, one of the people that he mentions friend. I'm like, no, it's because that I think for me, I define friend in a very specific way. Like I will call someone my colleague and not my friend. I will, because when I call you like my friend, then I will like try to keep in touch with you.
There needs to be certain markers lah.
Correct. I mean, for me lah, that's for me. People might think that it's a very anal way of looking at life, but that's my approach.
But isn't that the very I would say popular approach to kind of pigeonhole life experiences and people in your life too?
Maybe, but some of like there are people who will label this thing called friend in a very loose manner ma. So in the office people are like, no lah, cause I'm your friend. Then I'm like thinking,
no, you're not my friend. Since when have we become friends?
And actually at work, right? I mean, if my boss is listening to this, he will say ex-boss now, that I consciously, we can share various things with each other very well, but I will consciously say that he's my boss and not my friend. And now I can say that, okay, I quit, then we can be friends. Because
so is he automatically your friend now considered?
Oh yes, he's my friend now. Hi.
But it has to be two ways, right?
Yeah, so I think at first he did mention something like, so when I was trying to explain to him, then he said, oh, like, is it you don't see me as your friend? And I say, yes, I have to draw a boundary because like, I remember I told you about how I tend to overshare. So if I like tell myself like, oh, he's my friend, and then I will confirm overshare with him, then I will not have any bargaining powers.
Sure, and this is the reason why as adults we don't make friends
that easily. Yes.
Because there is still this baggage of, being professional at work, for example.
Yes, correct.
Or don't want to share too much because you might want to have leverage for whatever reasons in your professional life. Correct.
So I am very surprised that I am actually able to make friends with colleagues in my first workplace, right? So when I went in there, I'm like, okay, this is transitional. I will be here for this many years only. I know. Yeah. So I am not going to make friends here, and I'm not going to share aspects of my life.
So intentional, one.
I'm very, very intentional.
He's like, I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah, I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to do work. But I mean, it didn't happen in the end. I managed to make friends lah.
Lovely.
Right? But because it's like those extroverts will help you. They will like come and make
got
friends
it.
with
So
you.
actually, friendships are also built upon a shared experience,
Correct.
either through a calamity.
Yes, correct.
Adversity.
Correct,
These are
correct,
usually
correct.
strong bonds.
Stronger bonds, yes. So those are my like trainee friends that are with me. That there's a shared experience.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's one. I mean, making friends in adult.
And then there's also this concept of frenemies.
Is there? Do you have frenemies?
No, I try to keep enemies and friends quite separate.
Correct, I don't have a frenemy.
So I think the idea of having frenemy is very bizarre to me, but it still exists.
Can you explain what is a frenemy?
I guess it's somebody that you love and hate at the same time.
Wow.
It's a very toxic
It sounds
concept.
toxic leh. Yes.
I don't know. So I don't know what's the exact definition of that lah, but I do have friends who keep people that they have issues with close, but at the same time they're still friends with them and rather intimate friends.
Like how?
And then they maintain a very, I care for you, I still care for you, but you get on my nerves sometimes, and sometimes I just don't want to like lean, but still I care for you. And then this is frenemy kind of situation.
Okay, interesting. So wow. Okay, I will Google about what is the definition of frenemy later. But okay, so for me then when I am an adult, right, I know most of my friends, most of my new friends from work.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, mine is a bit special because I am self-employed.
Yes.
I do not have like colleagues per se.
Correct.
So the social network that I have now is probably very distinct, either through business, where the people I meet is through like career settings, and also friends from my past, that is from my schooling days.
Yeah.
So it's very, very different. And also there is also this aspect of friends that I build over the years. I call them like the family that I choose. It's like a community of people that I feel very, I feel that I have a lot of affinity with. There's a lot of things in common as well. It can be, well, for people who have this kind of community of friends, they probably would have met these people from interest groups or possibly
Yeah, I was about to ask you 去哪里捡到 this kind of
I don't know, it's very
family.
I guess very by fate lor. You don't purposely go out and seek for
It
these
just
kind of people. It just
happened.
happened. Yeah.
Okay,
Through
so
friends of friend, and then yeah, you hit it off.
So for people looking to meet more friends, right? Where do you think, like, is it the gym? Because I'm not a very social person. I go gym, right?
Well,
You better don't talk to me.
community places are a great place to start.
Like where? What are the examples of?
So gym is one good place to start. Yeah, you can start off with going to gym classes, start to build like friendships from there, I guess, because it's like a shared interest,
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, if not then interest classes that you attend.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
Yeah, pottery, I don't know, painting.
Do you go for
No lah, not
examples
yet. I'm just giving examples.
Okay.
Or reading club, I don't know.
Okay, wow.
So adults,
very wholesome lah. Okay, actually, right? You just
or you
meet
can
them
find
at the club
friends.
lah.
Yeah, no clubs now lah. got
No,
pandemic.
then how? You see, that's why people, like, back to our previous
Yes.
topic. They feel more lonely. Yeah.
Yes. So or through drinking lor, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's many different avenues of making friends these days, even during the pandemic. But it's really do you want to take the first step to want to make new friends? Yeah, but there's a fine line between actively looking for friends and having friends magically appear, because friendship is a very 缘分 kind of thing.
Yes,
It's a very
I don't think. Are there people who like look for friends purposefully? Maybe,
maybe
But
I
for
don't
me,
not,
it doesn't
not me.
happen lah.
Yeah, it's very organic for me to
Correct.
maintain, to start and maintain a friendship.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that's also the reason why adults making friends as adults is very difficult, because you need to have this element of
Commonality,
and you don't have to try so hard.
Yeah. So what are the okay? So when we were young, obviously the friends that we make are of the same age group. For example, and then like if we keep the friends until now, right? If we are still in contact with them, then those are the friends that are our peers also, right? So I mean, I do have various groups of friends that I 捡到 no lah, that I am
You
in contact
adopted.
with, like from secondary school to JC to university. Then now they become, some of them are my like inner circle, like we do talk to each other often, right? Or like we are very comfortable with them, like already 10多年, like many years already. So you will just talk nonsense on the chat. Like if you don't talk to each other for 1-2 months, or you just ha ha he he, is also fine, because but you just want to check in on them that they are okay. Those are the like our peers. Do you have any so what are your friends like demographic now? Like, are they still your peers, or slightly different demographic?
I think I have friends across different demographics. Can be them old one. Sorry.
Sorry to whoever's the Eric friend.
Or like but I still keep within my age range if you talk about demographics.
Yeah.
But
what is your
I feel
age range?
I feel like the friends that I have is more about lived experiences.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, elaborate.
Yes. So maybe the lived experiences of not owning a HDB because we haven't reached 35.
It means that in the eyes of the state, you still have a bit of a
So I guess
hope.
the goal is very similar. Let's aim for a house by 35, and then we can work towards it. For example,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Or live experiences such as went through certain experience like army before. This is very interesting.
I think
also,
for
your army
Singaporean guys, right? I think because in school, I mean the first group of friends are in school. Then, in terms of socio-economic kind of background, it will be more or less similar. And
Homogeneous.
then, and then like my students will tell me that, oh my god, because I have a student, he's very funny. He in the college, you would think that he is an abing or he is more of an outcast. Then when he went to army, he's like, oh my god,
I found my tribe.
got real abings they got take drugs before, and I'm like, yeah.
His abing exposure is like little, is it?
Yeah, his abing is like not actually, it's not even abing exposure.
I hope he 没有被教坏啦。
Won't lah, I think. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So I think there is another quite
Dimension.
interesting place for you to venture beyond a certain set demographic.
Yeah,
to make friends, right?
yeah. So live experience is possibly one, not say criteria lah, but at least a benchmark of how we make friends. Like people make friends into their late 20s, 30s because of the shared experience of being mums, young mums, for example.
Yes, correct. They will have like mom support group.
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have this experience. Very interesting thing that has happened to me, right, in recent years, that I make friends with boomers.
Is it because you have shared experience with boomers?
Wow, please. Maybe the shared experience is like talking to my mom and my aunts when I was young. Like in the previous episode, I mentioned that as an only child, then I participate in their conversation. Yeah. As that, and I found it very easy to talk to people above a certain age, and I think they have, of course.
Do you consider yourself having an old soul that you can connect with them?
I think yes, since young. I think you also can be auntie Shasho, auntie killer, right?
Probably, I don't know.
I think and those are like, because I was a teacher, so senior teachers in the school, they share very freely. Also because I think there isn't an element of competition. And they have reached the stage in their life where they just want to share and to mummy people and nurture. So I feel that at work, like they just come and talk to me and they will buy me food.
They're like your work mums.
Yeah, they are I call in my previous school, I call one of them I'm hello mother from a different grandmother, and like every day I will go and talk to her. And even in this school that I just left, there was a teacher. Until now, right, sometimes she will be worried for me. It's very cute one. This kind of friendship is so cute. Like she will like, because boomers are more comfortable talking on the phone.
Yes. Or leaving voice messages.
No lah, they won't leave voice. I mean,
my mom leaves one.
Your mom. I tried to leave voice message for my mom. She wanted to kill me. And to our peers, right? Because I realized that voice messages are so good. I know why they do it. I know why taxi uncles, right? And I know why boomers like to do it, because it's so convenient. There was once I was like holding groceries, but then I felt that I need to tell my friend something, so I just used the WhatsApp thing, and then she told me that if you continue like that, right, I won't want to talk to you. Then they just judge me. You. Yeah. So my boomer colleagues, right, will, like, one of them, she will say, are you free to have a call? And then I will talk, and then I'll arrange a call with her, and then I'll talk to her on the phone for like more than 1 hour.
Oh, I love it.
It's very
so
cute,
now
right?
Actually, as adults, friendship transcends beyond, I think, your demographics. Yeah.
For certain people.
For certain people, and it's very how to say, funny how two people of totally different background,
different generation,
might click.
Yes,
right, as friends.
Yes.
So, have you met people that you cannot click with, or have you met friends who are toxic?
Yes lah. Then I will.
How was that experience, and how do you define toxicity in friendship?
I don't really have toxic friends because I choose my friends.
Cut people off.
Yeah, I choose my friends. Like it's not just cutting. It's just like I'm just not in their circle, they are not in my circle.
Do friends who are very dear to you have they displayed toxic behavior because of maybe lack of awareness?
Not toxic behavior for me, because I already
know them very well.
Filter out
the
toxic people already to call because like I label the thing friends, like like I mentioned just now. But worrying lah, like when they are not taking care of themselves or their mental health, or they are in this spiral of very weird thing, then that is not toxic.
Right.
But experienced something in university that it was a very weird thing. So it was just friends, right? We were in a group, and then something happened lah. She just don't want to talk to me because I was speaking up for my other friend, like, why are you treating her like that?
Got it.
And then she just 盖我电话. She just got off the phone, and then she didn't want to talk to me for like quite a long time. And before that, I shared many things with her. I went home and then I cried and cried and cried.
Sure.
So I realized that it doesn't just happen when couples break up.
Friends also
within friends, when you have this kind of breakups also, it can be very
detrimental,
very hurtful.
Yes.
It was. So yeah, I didn't expect that to come out of a friendship, like that kind of experience, like breaking up experience lah. But that was I mean, we are still friends now. It's just that we are not in this kind of like intimate sharing level. I think like the thing is, right, no matter with people that you have went out with or friends, I do still am in touch with most of them, except for like I think I have blocked off 2 people so far in my life, in adult lah, like in this 10
Why do you have
years.
to block them out?
Because I realized that number one, the friendship. So one example was like this person was just very toxic and not nice to people around us and around her, and she has hurt the people around me. But actually, we don't have a strong basis of friendship. It's just that we are in the same context and environment.
Okay.
Yeah, then I just block her because I think that I don't need that person in my life.
Energy.
That I don't need the energy in my life. I am not value adding to her.
Nor is she to you.
Is she to me, and she is not only not value adding, but she's being toxic to people around me lah. So I just in terms of social media, I just I'm not going to talk to you, and okay. Then another one was right. I realized that person was being very stubborn and saying very sexist, racist stuff, and like just in the own world.
Doesn't really align with your values, basically.
Yeah, and we have tried to talk to I have tried to talk to a person, but then the person didn't want to listen. Then I'm like, hey, this is getting very, very toxic for me also. Like, why am I getting so angry? Like, what's the point?
Yes.
So I decided to just block the person. I've not talked to the person after I blocked him.
So your reaction to toxic behaviors in friendship is through blocking them on social media?
So I only have these 2 examples.
Right.
I'm not in contact with the both of them.
What if they come and contact you?
The other one, I mean that we have been through certain things, right? It was very sad for me. I do that. I feel again like the breaking up feeling, right?
Yes.
It was very sad. The person want to talk, I will talk. I will.
So you keep an open.
Because I know that the person can be. I mean, like we have been through stuff, and maybe I can reason with the person. It's just that on social media, I will not, because that is the platform where things go weird, right? But then I think for other people, I tend to just keep a distance lah. Yeah.
So actually, keeping a distance is a very good tool to have when it comes to toxic relationship or toxic friendship. Like you just,
it's how I cope. I think.
You just How about what if they don't know that they're being toxic, and then they're like, what the hell?
I think it's contextual. I mean, if it is a close friend, I will talk to the person. But since the person like none of my business, right? And I only have a given set of social energy, time, resources, I need to ration them to people that I care about. Yeah. What about you?
What about me, man?
What about you? Like, how do you do you have toxic people, like friends in your life, and how do you deal with it?
I think like you, I try to distance myself. But let's talk about like toxic friendship. What does it look like, right? It looks like a variety of things. It can be gaslighting. It can be, they make you feel like they make you feel doubt about yourself.
Yes. Okay. So there is some discussions in the recent 2 years about gaslighting, right? What is gaslighting?
I guess it's basically, I can't tell you what is it, but I can show you examples. So for example, I said that to you, meh? You don't be so sensitive lah. I didn't say that what. Why are you so self-sensitive? And then the moment you doubt yourself, hey, am I being self-sensitive?
Yes.
Am I being judgmental? Am I the bad person now?
Yes.
So that's gaslighting. When you have to bring in an objective lens to see whether this person is right or wrong. And then suddenly this person kind of tell you that you're wrong.
It casts like he or she will cast like self-doubt. So like an event happens. Let's say you were asking me how I deal with toxicity, right? So event happened, and then you being a good friend will give feedback to that friend saying that, hey, this happened, it makes me feel this.
And then after
the person say, no, it's you. It's like
either it's you or you think too much.
Yeah.
You don't have to think like that one. And then or like no what? I never say that what. Then you just LL lor.
And this is very toxic for people like maybe people like us, like our personality, because we tend to always
very reflective.
We always want to reflect on our actions and our words and whatever, right? Then you are already, because like I think you can see that as a way of taking responsibility for our actions and our lives. But when the person gaslight you, then you will be like feeling very overwhelmed and very, very you will blame yourself.
Correct.
There's a lot of self-blame going on.
Yeah. So the friendship, once you feel like, am I being gaslit, or like am I being taken advantage of? It's really a good time to trust your intuition and observe like what are some of the recurring incidents that make you feel that way through that friend, and distance yourself. I think that's the best tool to have.
Okay, so you have been gaslighted before?
My memory of keeping scores with people is very bad,
correct,
so I don't remember.
Same.
Right?
Yes.
But I think
but you won't remember that part, the specific incident or whatever. But
do I feel shortchanged by friends? Is that
no? How do you? So you're talking about tools to deal with toxic friendship. So if the toxicity comes in the form of gaslighting, how would you deal with it?
Last time I'll be very angry. I'm a very angry person by nature, I think. I've managed my anger.
Yes, I think in these 3 years, I think you become super zen person.
Really?
Really.
From what kind of observation?
My wheeling.
Your wheeling.
My wheeling very accurate.
Is it because I never scream at your face?
Last time, I think when we were students, you're very explosive person.
I am.
Right,
I was.
Yeah.
And usually I hide my emotions behind anger. Was my predominant emotion. If I feel shameful, I'll be angry. If I feel sad, I'll be angry. If I feel maligned or like being accused of something I didn't do, anger. Anger is my first line of defense.
Okay. So what were you? So last time your reaction towards toxicity will be anger. Then now, what will you do?
Right now, if I sense there are red flags to a relationship or a friendship, I just simply withdraw. I will react as little as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll react because people gaslight you, they possibly want a reaction to feed their ego to feel like they have the power over you, or to feel like they are right. And if you don't fit into that narrative, or you don't fit into their ego, provide a source of sustenance to that feeling, right? Then they will feel like they will not have that control over you.
Yes.
Yeah, and the best way to do that for me is to just disengage. Like,
Okay.
you feel that way? Okay, lor.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Maybe I was too sensitive.
Yes.
And then after that, I will just, this person is fucked up. Move on.
Yes, because I realized there's no point engaging with narcissists and people who gaslight, because they will not take responsibility for their actions ever.
Correct.
And so on the other hand, there are some people who always like feel very guilty towards things and people. Like, I tend to do that sometimes. But then I think there needs to be a reckoning also that no, it is not on our onus and our responsibility to change certain things about them.
Yeah.
So we just acknowledge that they are just like that sometimes because then like that law. So that is why I choose friends very, very carefully, because it's very tiring to want to take responsibility over someone else's life and action.
And then always go through the process of breaking up.
Correct. has been a long chat, but a very candid chat as well. Like we talk about how friendships are different, and how we maintain friendships or not, and that it's okay that sometimes when we know people earlier on in our life, later on in our lives, our relationships dynamics might change, or that if we are not in contact with you doesn't mean that we do not think about you. And there are also a kind of friendship that we treasure a lot, and that is long-time friends who will not be in contact with each other, but we can pick up very easily.
And friends with lived experience, common lived experience.
Weird, different friendships from different demographics that surprises you.
Yes.
And also lastly, how you deal with toxic friendships. So that's quite a lot of things that we talk about. So before the end of every podcast, we will recommend our listeners certain things. It may or may not be connected to the theme of the day's podcast, but most of the time it will. So Eric, what is your recommendation this week?
Okay, because I feel like my love language towards people or the people that I love is through acts of service or gifting. So I enjoy baking and sharing my baked goods to my friends, and I find it very rewarding whenever they come and tell me, oh, it's very nice. Whether or not it's true, I don't know lah.
You put kangkang inside. Okay, sorry.
Don't say that. That's not podcast friendly. But where was I? Yeah, so I would like to recommend a YouTube channel that has baking recipes that I find very effective. So the channel is called Cupcake Jammer. If you are ever
yeah.
Yes.
She's quite good.
And her recipe is not those. It really works on. It's not those like on YouTube. You just find where anyhow one, right? And then you turn out, hey, how come the YouTube and my own bakes look so different? So far, the recipes have all worked for me.
I love cooking and baking channels, legit ones, who not only demonstrate how to cook something to you, but they will explain to you the logic behind the technique. You are doing this, you need to sieve this flour before you go in.
Why?
And why?
Yeah.
So I love this kind of
so Cupcake Jammer has that.
Yeah. So very good.
Yeah. What about you?
What did I want to recommend just now? Because honestly, I've forgotten, and you have also forgotten.
I think you wanted to recommend an experience or an activity.
An activity
that is, you always do it at the end of the year.
Oh yes. It sounds very weird, like experience that I do with my friends.
End of the year.
End of the year. I have a habit since secondary school to send out Christmas cards to my friends.
And fun fact, I have received Clara's Christmas card for the last, as long as I know her. I think I think
so.
If I go and dig my archive, my National Geographic archive.
You already burned them already, right?
No, I kept all of them.
Oh my god! Yeah, thank you. So like when I was in secondary school, I got a lot of time when I think back about it now.
Yeah,
because I write personalized card for people. I'm very grateful for you for this.
Yes. But I think over the years, not a lot of time.
More energy. Some years I skip sending cards. In recent years, also as a bit for my husband to be in touch with his family, we will send a generic card but just an update about my life. Maybe people don't know about my life one. But I think
I want to know.
Yeah, but I think it's I don't like Eric. I don't care. I just make him read about my life, my life update of the year. So I think it's a good way to be in touch and to tell people that, hey, I am thinking about you. You are still in my mail.
That's exactly the kind of feeling I got when I received your card. So I really appreciate that.
There are some people that it's in my consciousness and my thoughts, but I never send the cards to
It's fine
because I got no money. Really, actually, it's quite expensive to send a lot of things out. Yeah, so that's something to consider. Yeah, I think I love writing letters and cards. Even to say goodbye to colleagues or Teachers' Day, right? I very busy because I will write the cards and then I will give them. So I think a handwritten card it gives off a different warmth, I think. Yeah, and I love reading cards as well, but nobody wants to send to me. So yeah.
I sent you this year.
No, it's
Since
okay.
you recommend.
It's okay. I think we have spoken a lot already. Okay, so if you want to keep in touch with us, talking about keeping in touch, please follow our Spotify playlist podcast channel. We might have a YouTube channel. We see how it goes
We'll wing it
because our camera died on us just now. We will have or there are various things that we have recommended. Maybe we can put on our Instagram. Most importantly, we are very new to this, so please look forward to giving us any feedback or drop us a note about with regards to what are the topics you want to hear.
Just don't be a toxic friend and gaslight us.
Yeah, but I mean,
but any kind of feedback is feedback lah. Even the bad ones.
Yeah, we will be selective about whether we want to take out the feedback lah, right? That's something people teach me because I used to be like,
take everything,
take
good
everything.
or bad.
I'm so bad one lah.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
Nice. Very
yes,
healthy
okay.
mentality.
And with that, thank you for tuning in and see you
in the next episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye.